gentlemen, may I direct your attention?
All right, guys. Guess we're live. Looks like we're live, Jake. It's so weird. Jake's over there in the room with me. This is so weird. And there's a delay, so I don't know if I should be like, I see you over there in the corner of my eye, and then I see you there.
Is the music going?
I don't hear the music going. Do you hear it going?
To something quite extraordinary.
You are listening to
my headphones.
Kayak Adventure
Oh, the
Series.
music is going.
Kayak Adventure Series. This is where you choose your own adventure. You want to be offshore. You want to be shallow. You want to go up the creek. You want to have a kayak that is sophisticated. Or a kayak that is simple.
People on
You
here.
get to choose your own adventure.
Over 10 people
Oh,
already.
looky there. That's a micro bag. I hope you brought the family. This is going to be wild. Hey, this adventure is going to be amazing.
All right. This is your Ozarkana Need to Know live stream. And sorry, I had my volume down. Jake's over here. It's awkward, but we're in the same room. But it's going to be good time. This is not meant to be an entertaining live stream. This is meant to be an informational live stream. So there's not a bunch of sponsors, this and that, and whatever. We're just going to give you the facts and what you need to know. Hence why we call it the Need to Know live stream, because you want to get this information, get rigged up, get to bed, get back out there tomorrow if you're here pre-fishing already. And we don't want to make this longer than it has to be. So it's always a challenge with me. But anyway, Jake, how's it going, man? We had a fun day out there exploring the Ozark area. And, man, it was a crazy adventure we had, right?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I'm tired. I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah, same here. Ready for sleep and food for sure. But we actually went out again, we're not going to go into anything lengthy here. We'll talk about this more on the recap podcast. But we did go out, and I was thoroughly impressed with the water levels. We posted an Instagram reel showing how we could see in the tributary we were in. We had like more than 17 inches of visibility. We put our catch board down, probably had 2 feet of visibility. So you can find some good water. I know the rain's all the talk of this event, which is cool because it gives us a really cool storyline for this event. Like, how are the anglers going to solve this puzzle and figure out, to me, all rain and water, it's insane. Like, I think about it as one big ecosystem of everything from, the clouds to the ocean, and how we take it in through the smallest tributaries, creeks and trickles, and the bigger and bigger, and then lakes down to the ocean again. Like, if you can track this with the USGS gauges, and you understand what fish do when different things happen. And in the Kayak Adventure Series, we have rivers, lakes, and creeks. There will always be somewhere, you know what I mean, to solve that puzzle and catch some big ones. So we're excited because the water levels are going to be perfect. The current river might be a little high. We will warn you of that, right, Jake? I mean, didn't you say the Coast Guard or somebody said no, or the state no?
Yeah, the current's closed today. I'm sure they'll open it back up, but as of today, they're closed.
Yeah, so it'll get back open and should be good for anyone wanting to fish that. But hey, it's going to keep recreational paddlers and even anglers probably off the water, because most people want to fish it when it's like perfect, crystal clear. And you guys in this event are probably going to be the first ones to be fishing these waters, some of them, when they've had a break. The fish have had a break from anybody for, I'd say 4 or 5 days, except for maybe us doing a little pre-fishing. So it should be good. I'm excited. But huge thanks to this area for having us here, the Poplar Bluff Chamber of Commerce. We've had so much fun already. And I will share this with you guys. I did catch a personal best micro bag fish. So this was my 5.5 right here. So I went out with the Z-Man micro finesse baits, got myself a 5.5. We were so excited. We had been catching some 7s and 8s and 9s, and this was awesome to see. So that was so much fun. And then I will put this up too, Jake. This fish, man, is one of the prettiest fish I've ever seen. We caught tons of them. You said they're called because it looks like a pumpkin seed to me. That's what I would have called it, but you said it's called.
They're longer sunfish, and that's not even the biggest. We got some bigger ones, but we got a lot of them. I probably caught a dozen. So
Yeah.
they're long ears. They get real pretty. There's some that are like really red. I can show some more photos. If I try to dig some up here.
Yeah. Didn't you have a picture of me with that little bass too holding up or no? If you got it, show it. That'd be cool. But anyway, enough of that. If you want to pull the picture up whenever you get it, you can. I'll move on here to the need to know stuff. So yeah, thanks to the Poplar Bluff Chamber for having us. It's been an awesome time here. I know you guys have a lot going on. You're super busy. I get it. So thank you so much for not just joining us tonight, whoever's live joining us, but literally joining us for this event. I mean, there's so many other things you could be doing. You got families, some of you guys, kids. A lot is happening. It's summertime. So the fact that you're choosing to spend, your time and your entry fee into this fun event is really cool. And it just, I can't thank you guys enough for that, because we've got some really cool momentum going with this series and some great sponsors and great brands and a really cool concept is you guys and people around the country starting to see. So if we can keep this ball rolling and the momentum rolling, parties are going to get even bigger. The events will get bigger, and that's just everyone wins when that happens. By the way, keep an eye on those comments too, if you don't mind, Jake, because I can't have a hard time keeping up with comments. You guys send your questions into the comments. Oh, there we go. There's my micro bass there, 5.5 with that little Z-Man shad fries. So that was really cool. Just wading a creek. We weren't in the kayak there, just wading a creek. But
I did not catch a fish under 7 inches, so I failed in my micro bag quest.
So yeah, thank you guys for coming and being a part of this. It's gonna be a good time. This place is really special. I mean, you got lakes, rivers, creeks. You got some funky wilderness area. You got a funky Duck Creek conservation area. It's really exciting to see how this is gonna get won, because a little insight on how I pick these locations. I don't really want to go to a location where all the water within 45 minutes or an hour, whatever we kind of generally do, about an hour. I would never want it to be like, well, it's obviously going to get one at that lake or that river, because everybody knows that's got the biggest fish. Like this event, it's like, it literally is coin flip. We have no idea. And it's because, and everyone you talk to has got a different opinion on where it can get one. And that's what's exciting about this event. Between the rain from the tropical storm and how many different places could potentially be a winning spot, still water and moving water, it makes this super exciting. So I can't wait to see you guys. What's up, Josh Booth? Everybody else tuning in, thank you guys. So I can't wait to see what happens. Then let's see. And I also can't wait to see if it's going to be a largemouth or smallmouth deal, or even some spotted bass mixed in, because there's some of those around here too that get pretty big.
But on the St. Francis, there's a ton of them. So if you get on the St. Francis, you'll run into some spotted bass, and they're big on there. They get huge on that river.
Yeah, exactly. And these are not Alabama spotted bass, so they're not obviously the species that gets 5-6 pounds. But if you catch a 16, 17, 18, you're doing something with this spotted bass here, this northern strain, Kentucky spotted bass, if you will. So let's see. All right, you guys need to know the rules. Let's get into the rules here. You need to know the rules. It's on the site. Okay, you go to kayakadventureseries.com, Ozarkana. You will see, or the website there, you'll see rules up there for anglers. Click for anglers rules. You guys need to know those rules and read them. You're responsible for them. So hopefully you've read them, and that's how you're responsible. Amanda Brandon is our tournament director. Technically, I'm the founder of this whole thing, and I definitely have helped set up the rules with her. But she's more my enforcer, and she's the judge, or her judges will be judging the fish. She's kind of the one. So don't come to me if something happens. I'm going to do my best to tell you guys right now how to make sure you keep the mouth closed and score your fish and take the photos of your fish. We're going to quickly get into that in a minute, but I'll do everything I can to highlight rules that are most commonly broken on this live stream. But the reality is I don't even need to say anything, because they're all written, and she has to enforce them. Otherwise, the whole thing, goes to crap. Basically, if you don't have black and white and someone who could actually enforce them, as painful as it may be, even if we know that, it wasn't your intent, or, you caught this fish, but whatever, like the mouth is a little bit open or the tail's up and it's not flat against the board, whatever ruling there is, it's painful for us to have to penalize somebody or disqualify somebody for doing something, that is illegal or whatever. So just basically follow the rules is what I'm saying, guys. Make it easy on us. So let's see. The main thing too is we want to make sure the anglers are in this series or a kayak adventure series kind of angler in the sense that, you know, we want to put this experience first. It's all about this experience, the fellowship, the camaraderie, and, you know, just the fun and the fishing, and not get so caught up in I'm competitive and I'm gonna, you know, whatever. Like, just be respectful of other anglers on the water is what I'm saying, and just communicate with them, because that solves 99% of all the problems on the water. If you just talk to somebody, if you come up on them, if you're coming behind them fishing faster, whether it's down the bank of a lake or on a river, just communicate. Say, hey, you know, I'm going to get past you, and jump past them a ways. Don't just go right in front of somebody. Don't cut people off. If you just always talk beforehand, you can get the vibe of the person, you know, that you're around, whether it's an angler in this tournament or a recreational angler, you know. So just communicate, guys, and give each other space out there. The weather, like I said, the water conditions are getting better. They should be fine. We were out there today on like I would say the upper quarter of some of these, you know, like tributaries, and they're already fishable. So they're coming down. They went up fast and they're coming down fast, and they didn't even go up like a crazy, ridiculous amount other than the current probably. So you're going to be good. So you guys just check those river gauges. You can go to the USGS website and check river gauges. And I will actually, because this tournament it's been actually very important to understand how to read river gauges. On my Bass U Brunch seminar on Friday morning, which we'll get to that in a minute, the delay of the week, that is actually a topic I'm going to cover and show you guys how to read river gauges and know, without even needing to drive to the actual creek and put eyes on it, or the lake, or the river, how to read those river gauges and already know what's fishable and what's not, and what's, you know, in general safe and what's not. So that'll be part of my seminar on Friday morning there.
Yeah, and I just to chime in, I can't get the video to play, but I went down to Greenville Access, which, if anyone's familiar, is the mouth of Wapapello. It's where Wapapello starts. I took a video. It doesn't seem to want to play, but essentially it looks like it always does. I mean, it always has a little bit of color down there, and that's, you know, where the Wapapello starts. It was a little high, but super safe for the most part. I would just be wary and, like, you know, look at gauges based on where you're launching, because some of the skinnier stuff, when there's that much water coming through, will get like really choke pointy. But for the most part, I think most of your normal floats that are in bounds are going to be totally like doable come Friday, Saturday. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you know, obviously we've said it 10 times already, check the river gauges. But if anyone's like super worried about like flood level on the, you know, coming into Wapapello, it looked fine. So just go and drive around. If you're nervous, just go drive and look at the ramps. And I mean, that's the best way to do it. You don't have to launch. You can literally just drive to them and be like, okay, this looks good. So
nice. Good point. I was going to say, we're going to move into this segment now about filming yourself. And I will bring up a picture I took of Jake today out there. And he's got a good little GoPro setup. He's got it hardwired in there. And the reason we're talking about this first, because that's what this is all about, guys. I mean, you don't have to use a GoPro even. It's actually super simple. You can use a GoPro or any other action camera and hardwire, or just change the batteries out during the day. Great. If you want to be that sophisticated, awesome. But and it would really makes our presentation special in the theaters. But let's just say, dude, I just want to fish a tournament. Like, I don't want to like have to film and worry about other stuff. It's hard enough for me to catch fish. You know, if that's you saying it's hard enough to deal with one thing than to worry about the filming as well, that's fine. Just your cell phone right here, your smartphone, is perfectly fine just to take your Turn EX photos, your scoring photos with your phone, with your fish on your measuring board. And after that, when you're about to let it go, just hold it up and just do a selfie. Just hold out your phone. Honestly, it'd be better if you did it this way, landscape. Do it like that and hold it up and just get a video of you with that fish. Just, 17 3/4 inches, like smallmouth. Let's go. Like, and then show it like releasing it or something, just a quick, just your emotion out there on the water. That's really, at very least, I think that's doable. I don't think that's too hard or too much to ask of anybody out there. And I actually I had a video. We showed it before on our Need to Know. I could probably try to pull it up, Jake, but I don't know. It's the Russ video that I love to show. It's just simple. Russ Snyder's. I'll try to find it real quick. But
which one are you talking about?
The Russ Snyder's video where he just held up that fish, just showing how
I
excited
have
he
it.
was.
I have
Here
it.
is,
If you
right
give me
here.
a second.
I got it. It's right here. Oops, sorry.
21 incher. Let's go. 21 incher. Oh my gosh. It's an old fish. It's kind of beat up. Still pretty though. These shoal bass fight so hard, and God, you can't beat the scenery. This is amazing.
So there you go. That's not that hard, is it, everybody? Just a quick selfie, and then we can throw that up, which we did for Russ at Shoalipalooza on the theater screen. It just really spices this whole thing up. And obviously, if you film with the GoPro, even better. You can get those clips trimmed down, send them to the website under 4 Anglers. Under 4 Anglers, go to that tab on the website. We can pull up the site. Jake, if you want to do that, you can, or I can do it. But it's easy. Just click 4 Anglers and tap on the thing there, and it'll pull up a form. And it just asks for like your name and phone number, and then browse your phone or computer for that file. And all you got to do is take the GoPro Quick app or anything and just trim it up, or whatever app you use. Just trim it to 30 seconds of your video of you catching that fish. Or yeah, there you go. You can go to media, upload footage, or 4 Anglers. It's under there as well. Upload footage, and then click on it, and it takes you to the form. Unfortunately, it doesn't take you now. It's like when you're sharing the tab, it doesn't take you. But anyway, it's right there. It's easy. And then just click submit. So if you get something good on Friday, submit it to us, and we'll have that ready to go. And then on Saturday, if you get something, again, it doesn't take that long. You can even come to us, come to Jake back at Haffy's when we return. There it is, the upload footage. It's super simple.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get it and you're struggling, just bring me an SD card. We'll get it taken care of.
Yep. So, and it really, I mean, if you get a cool fish catch or a big fish catch, we want it. The top 10 are going to be, talked to on stage, brought on stage, and actually like interviewed or talked to. So if you're not in the top 10, it's not the end of the world or not a huge deal. But we still might want to show it, even if you're not in the top 10. If you got a great clip or you caught the big bass, which, speaking of which, we can address that now. The biggest fish in this event, not the big bass, the biggest one in this event will win a GoPro Hero 12 Black, the brand new $400 GoPro out there. So it's important to be filming just to get that fish. If you get it from an angle from behind you where we can see the action, not, you holding up your phone, and releasing. I'm talking like the fish catch, cast to catch, which Aaron got the big bass of the tournament at Shoalipalooza on camera. And Ryan Parker, something happened to his GoPro, he said, and he wasn't recording at the time. He didn't get his on, but we've just changed it. Forget the big bass of the tournament. The big bass already wins the Boondocks Big Bass Bling. They win the Boondocks prizes. They win Yak Attack gift cards. They win like $600-700 of stuff already. So, if you don't get that one on camera, that's fine. But we just want the biggest bass that we can get on camera and just show it at the theater and give you that. So, hey, if you actually catch the biggest bass and get it on camera, on GoPro, from a rear angle where we can see it, cast to catch, and we'll get you all those $600-700 worth of prizes you get for winning the big bass, right? Plus the Hero 12. And now you're over like $1,000 for the big bass. So it's a big bass bonus from GoPro. And speaking of which, just tag any clips that you guys submit on Instagram, tag Kayak Adventure Series, and tag GoPro. And GoPro at the end of the year is going to choose one awesome clip. And it doesn't have to be an edit. It could be just one single clip for $1,000 and the latest GoPro. So that'll be the next GoPro. I don't know if it's Hero 13 or what they call it, but the next GoPro and $1,000 cash. So it's important to do that. And it doesn't even have to be those clips for that prize. Don't even have to be during a Kayak Adventure Series event. Anytime you're fun fishing, catch a cool clip, capture it on your GoPro, tag Kayak Adventure Series, $1,000 and the latest GoPro. It's going to be like a $1,500 package. So,
and you're going to have some tough competition after the catch that we caught today on film, because we had a wild one.
We have a cool catch. We do have a cool catch on film. A dual GoPros, 2 angles. It was cool. All right, let's see. Another good thing, like Russ did a good job. If you use your cell phone or you do use your GoPro, and again, we just need this. You're just one single good catch, maybe 2. if you got two good ones, just one or two. That's all we need now. We'll take more later, obviously, because we're going to put an edit together of this whole event. But for the theater for Saturday, all we need is like one or two of your biggest or best or coolest catches. But what two things to remember whenever you are filming, I would state the link to that fish. That helps us give context to it. You know, when you're holding it up, so, you know, after you measured it, tell us the length of it. The other thing you can do is just, you can obviously make some commentary like Russ did about, man, and the scenery is amazing. This is an old beat up fish. Like, that's fine. But the link is always important to you know, say when you're posting that on Instagram, if you use hashtags, we would like you to use KAS 2024, or and also just along with that one, hashtag Ozarkana. Easy enough, right? Hashtag Ozarkana. Let's see. All right, Hayden's Barbecue is by far one of the best restaurants in the city, according to Jeffrey Briscoe. So
we were told that as well by a different person. So by one of the chamber people. So
maybe we will get there tonight, even or some point. We'll have to make it. Thank you for the tip there. So opening ceremonies. Let's go to. Actually, got a little video that I will play you guys to kind of show you guys where some of this stuff is happening. So let me do that right now. On this week, Thursday. All right. While I'm downtown here at Poplar Bluff, I want to quickly explain to you guys what's going on this week. Thursdays, opening ceremonies right behind me at Haffy's Bar and Grill. And if it's nice outside, we might have some games and stuff going on here at their beer garden. Haffy's right there. They've got some rooftop stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Most everything's going to be inside. Your check-in, your registration, all that good stuff. And then Friday, actually, the Bash U brunch is going to be down the street, just down there, just right there, another like 2 blocks. Half Whiskey Saloon. We're going to cook up pancakes, bacon, eggs. I'm going to get a seminar for myself, Jeff Little, and Jake Hepner. It's going to be cool. That's from 10 till 12:30ish. And of course, you get on the water from 3 to 7 for your afternoon sesh to kick off the tournament weekend. Saturday all day, go fishing, have fun, come back to Haffy's again. We might, because it's so hot, might move the whole festival and everything inside Haffy's because they're big enough to accommodate us all inside. So if it's 96 degrees or whatever it's supposed to be, we'll go inside, which is awesome because they got pool tables and games and stuff to do inside. And we'll set up kayaks in there and everything from Eco Fishing and Midwest Kayak Company. And then, of course, at 6, right here, guys, 6 o'clock, we'll be at the Rogers Theater with those awards. Kayak Adventure Series. It's going to be fun. We're going to raise a lot of money for pediatric cancer by raffling off that Old Town kayak. Thank you to Old Town and Eco Fishing for that. We appreciate you guys, and it's going to be fun. There we go. That's where it's all going down. And to quickly give you guys a little better perspective, I'm going to pull up the Google Maps so I can show you guys where to park for that. And also, I will say, what's that? The whole parking lot. Oh, you're muted, dude. I can't hear. I can hear you in the room, but I can't hear you on the thing.
No, there's a whole parking lot by this place, so
yeah.
we'll make sure we'll emphasize that.
That's exactly right. We're going to show you where that is. I'm going to share. Sorry, I'm going to stop sharing this. I meant to share the other thing. We will share this one, this tab right there. So you guys can see here's the map. So here's where to park. You guys can see that Rogers Theater is right here, Historic Rogers Theater. And so tomorrow's opening ceremonies will be right here at Haffy's, like literally a block away from that theater right here. And mostly we'll be inside, registration check-in inside because it's going to be hot. So you guys can come inside 5 to 7. And then afterwards we can stay there, hang out, play games, pool, darts, whatever you want to play. Like we'll have games there. And food, they've got great food. So wait to eat at Haffy's. And then the parking is right here behind Haffy's. See this parking lot right here, guys? Where it says 224. This is a giant parking lot right there. So you guys can just park there. And this is all what's happening on Saturday as well. So I don't need to pull this up again, but basically Saturday, it's the same thing. Come right back to Haffy's when you get off the water fishing. Lines out is at 3, so you'll get back whenever you get back, whether it's 3:45 or 4:45 or whatever. Come back to Haffy's, get some food, play some games, check out some kayaks and whatever else we got going on there. Merchandise we have for sale from Kayak Adventure Series. And yeah, it should be fun, guys. So come on back there, get some food, drinks, and then at 6 o'clock we'll head over to that theater or at 5:30. We'll start heading over there. We'll start at 6. But again, parking is the best back here, or there is street parking as well. So you could certainly park on the street. But if you got a trailer, just park, this parking lot right here, 224. That would be our recommendation. So I think we covered that. I've got I'll actually share this. This is funny. I'll share this. You got Jonathan right here sitting next to us. So I'll share it because we got him riding the Ubco bike for the first time he got on it. It is our Angler of the Year prize. So that's that parking lot.
That makes more sense.
John was making me nervous on this thing, dude. Like he was.
Yeah, I don't use the right one. I always
going
use
fast.
the left.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that's a parking lot you guys are parking, and that bike's gonna go to the Angler of the Year. It's a $5,000 bike, and then the Angler of the Year wins another like $7,000 worth of stuff. So it's like a $12,000 package for AOI. And Team of the Year is equally impressive, probably like $5,000 for the Team of the Year, and we pay out down to 1, 2, and 3 in AOI. So first AOI, second AOI, third, and then Team of the Year, first, second, third. So that's 6 people. If you don't know how to win those prizes, you can go on the website and check it out. There's a whole section for the Angler of the Year and Team of the Year. But essentially, fish 2 of the 5 regular season events, and this is number 3. So if you're fishing this one, this is your 1. Just fish one other one. Susquehanna is next, and then the Wisconsin River Fest. So one of those 2. And then if you got a good score and you think you got a shot to win this AOI and win that 12 grand package or the $5,000, then head to Broodstock, the final event, which is our finale. It's not a championship. You don't have to qualify for it. It's an open event that has $40,000 worth of prizes we're giving away, including all those AOI prizes, but also just for that event, we're pushing more prizes to it. So it's going to be a lot of fun in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is not that far from here. Someone should map that. It's not that far from here at all. So it's fishes, I think, very similar in a lot of ways to some of these lakes and rivers. So I think you guys would be great in that area. So fish the Susquehanna. It's world class. Come to the Susky. You've been wanting to go, or the Wisconsin River Fest. Catch a 6-7 pound smallie up there. It's going to be crazy. And go to Bowling Green and hopefully win a giant prize package.
Dude, I can't wait to catch a 5-pound smallmouth on one of these when I get up there. It's going to happen.
Yeah, the micro baits. Yeah. All right, what is next here? So opening ceremonies were 5 to 7 there. We talked about that. We know many of you guys won't be there. And, some of you, we highly encourage it, but if you have a really good reason, we get it. Not everyone can make it, and that's fine. You need to email Amanda at kayakadventureseries.com. Let her know so we know you're not going to be there. Amanda at kayakadventureseries.com. And that way we know that you're not going to be there, and I'll know to go ahead and, virtually check you guys in, and that you're aware that you need to download your identifier on the website. So we will share that screen right now so you guys can see the site and where to get that identifier. If you're not going to get the identifier at the check-in, registration check-in, you can click on it right here. It's a printable identifier. You can also scroll down and see it's right here. You could click on it here and pull it up and print it off. There's a Saturday or Friday and a Saturday side, a day 1 and a day 2. So, and obviously we'll give you guys that code here. The code comes out, I believe, on Friday. The Friday code comes out usually at 1 o'clock. And if you come to the Bass U brunch, we give it to you right when we finish at 12:30, so a little bit earlier. And the code you'll write in there in that marquee on both sides, and then you'll get the code for your Saturday day 2 identifier on Friday night's live stream, which will be, I believe we've been doing that at 8 o'clock. So that's like a 15-minute live stream, 15-20 minutes recapping day 1, Friday, and you'll get that code then. The code's got to be written on your identifier card, and your identifier card has to be in your photo for your fish to count. So we know it was caught, during our event. So this card is critical. You'll get it at that check-in at Thursday. So that is that. Let's see. What is next here on our list? You're going to get those who were the first 50 to register. You'll get your $100 prize bag or gift bag. If you have any items to sell, you can bring them, and we'll put a little tag on them, and you'll write your name, your PayPal or Venmo or your phone number, and people can just take them and Venmo you the money. It's all of us there, so we're No one's going to take anything, or you might get a text asking a question about it or a phone call. But if you have something you want to sell and you want to get top dollar for it to anglers that actually know the value of it, you can feel free to bring it. We always do this angler garage sale, and hopefully that will really start catching on. Some folks have been doing it and actually I sold quite a bit of stuff, especially at that first event. So I made a little extra money on the side there. You will get your Missouri Stream Team bags. Thanks to Glenda for kind of heading that up. The Missouri Stream Team bags are basically these trash bags, right? You can pick up trash, a unique trash item or a quantity of trash or whatever. And at the festival, when you return back on Saturday, bring those bags. We'll have a spot to drop those. We'll show you exactly where those will be on Friday's live stream. We'll show you where that's going to be. We'll pull the map up. And essentially, there are $200 gift cards from Omnia Fishing. This is our Omnia tackle for trash, as you can see right here on the screen on that graphic there on the right-hand side in the middle. Omnia does something called tackle for trash with us, where you guys, whoever gets the most trash or some cool trash. We've gotten we had kayaks. What was it, Jake? Kayaks at that first.
Yeah,
one,
we had kayak. I know where something really cool is too. So you guys better get something good, or I'm gonna go get that and win that gift card.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jake's gonna win it. This is what the kayaks look like. If it'll, hang on, let's see if it'll override. There we go. These kayaks had holes in them, and they were sunk on the bottom. There's two of them, bottom of the river, and that's all the bags, the AFCO bags that were given that first event there, the kiddie pool, the chairs, car batteries. So we're trying to leave every area better than we found it. That's our goal, right? So leave it better than we found it. And that Omnia tackle for trash, category is a big part in that. Just showing this community and showing you guys and setting an example for everybody out there to leave our rivers and streams better and lakes than we found them. So
yeah, Drew and I saw a washing machine today, and I was like, man, that would be a good one. I should go pick it up. And
yeah, we've got some cool trophies for you guys. So these aren't, I don't think I have a picture of the Ozarkana. They all look the same, but this is the one you'll get. This is the one we took a picture of for the Whitehall event. If anyone hits 100 inches, which is doable in this area, I'd say it's a really, really incredible, like 5 fish over a day and a half, but it's not impossible. And if you get it, you'll win the Cross Kick Century Belt, which 2 of these were given away at Shoalipalooza. So we had 2 anglers hit over 100 inches. Anyone who comes on stage in that top 15%, we pay out 15%. Thanks to, Crocagator, Eco Fishing, Midwest Kayak Company, we're paying down to 28 places. I mean, if we had 100 people, it'd be 28, but you get what I'm saying. We're paying out another extra, whatever, that's 13 places in either cash or $100 gift cards to Eco Fishing or Midwest Kayak Company. But the top 15% will get the medal. And I think that's a goal. Wouldn't you say, like Jake, the goal of everyone in Kayak Adventure Series that we're noticing is they just want to make the top 15%, make the stage, because it's cool to be on that theater stage. That's a cool experience. And you'll get one of these when you walk across the stage. We'll medal you, and it'll be pretty exciting if you're in that top 15%, which get paid, from the payout from the Kayak Adventure Series, which you'll get a check right when you walk off stage. That's pretty cool. You can cash that check on Monday, but we'll hand it right to you right there on stage. No delays on paying you guys out. So that'll be cool. Let's see what else. You'll sit in the kayak cushion hot seat. Whoever's in the lead will have a top 10 sort of random order, and the kayak cushion hot seat will be hot, I'm sure, as it always is for whoever's sitting on it, if they can hold on to that lead. Let's see. Again, the Old Town raffle kayak will have at opening ceremonies on display. You could buy raffle tickets. They're 5 for $20 or $5 a piece, and you'll get be able to buy those there at opening ceremonies and the closing ceremonies back at Haffy's as well. Like I said, we'll probably be inside because it's going to be hot that day, and they got plenty of room in there. So why not take advantage of being indoors for most of it? The only thing that'll be outside will be the Ubco bike, that e-bike demo can happen outside. If you want to ride that, you can demo it. And then the Toyota truck demos, Toyota Poplar Bluff will be here. I can't remember. I think that's the name of them, Toyota Poplar Bluff. It might be called something else, but either way, they'll be there. And there could be a few games outside, but everything else will be inside. That's just going to make the most sense with how hot it's going to be. And then, but yeah, you can get the raffle tickets on Saturday as well. We'll cut that off probably around 5:30. might sell them right at the entrance to the Rogers Theater. We might move the kayak there. All proceeds go to pediatric cancer. So definitely a good cause. And hopefully you guys have been following along with us in that charity this year we're raising money for, and why it's so important. Let's see, what is next here on our list? Again, I said it before, but let's support Halfies. They're having us there. So if you can wait to eat until you get to Halfies either day, that'd be awesome. And then 6:30-ish, right around 6:30 at the opening ceremonies, we'll have one last meeting, kind of like this. One last meeting, basically just any last questions, anybody confused on anything. While you're here in person, we could show you, on the catch board, what you need to do, what you need to work on for your fish photos. If you're new, that's definitely important to be at that and ask questions now. And we'll pull up, the rules here in a minute and actually show some photos of how the fish need to be on the board. You must use a catch board, guys. That's required.
I have a micro bag video too that we can look at that shows you how to do the micro bag thing, because that is the one thing that we have a lot of questions about. So we can play that as well.
Yeah. So the Bass U brunch will be, that's on that sheet on the page here. You can see the Bass U brunch right here. It starts at 10 a.m. It's going to be at Half Whiskey, which is literally owned by the same people that own Halfies. It's two blocks down from Halfies, like I showed you guys in that video. Behind it, kind of near that parking lot that we showed you the video of. So you guys meet there. You can show up if you want a little early, 9:45, but we'll start serving breakfast right at 10. And then around 10:30, 10:45, we'll start the seminars. And this is when we really spill some juice. And I'll share some videos on the screen there on the TV screen. You guys just socialize, have a good time. That's the whole point of this. We don't start till 10. That's the reason why opening ceremonies on Thursday, we can hang out at Halfies as long as you guys want and have fun and tell stories and laugh and tell lies, essentially what anglers do, right? And joke around and just have fun and create memories and friendships and fellowship, knowing that we don't have to get up early in the morning. There's no pre-fishing allowed on Friday. It's in the rules, but no pre-fishing allowed on Friday anymore. The pre-fishing's done, Thursday, I believe it says on our detailed itinerary at 5 p.m. pre-fishing ends. So that in red there. So at that point, let's just have fun. Come to the Bass U brunch. The suggested, when you sign up, it's the suggested $30 to cover the food and some of the speakers and stuff like that. So if you guys can support us with that, that's great. If you can't, we still want you to come. Even if you can just pitch in $1 or $5, that's fine. You can change when you click sign up. You can change the amount to whatever you can afford. That's fine. We don't want it to hinder anybody from coming because it's all about getting people together. So that's just a recommended. Again, these venues were nice enough to staff. It just kind of helps cover some of the costs. Open it up for us early. Obviously, a whiskey saloon isn't open at 10 in the morning or 9 in the morning when they're getting there. So it kind of helps cover a little bit of that stuff, the overhead. So we appreciate that. But I'll be talking about the river bass and secrets I don't want to divulge. Jeff Little's talking about traveling the country to fish on the cheap. And he will always chime in on other, fishing tips and tricks and secrets as well. But he's got some cool tips on how to travel the country and fish, whether it's just fun fishing or national tournament trail fishing on the cheap. And then Jake over here, you're going to talk about GoPro your kayak to capture the moment. So that'll be sweet. How you rig it up, set it up.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring the inflatable in and kind of show how the setup I use can go on literally any kayak. Obviously, I'll have pictures to show some of that stuff, but you'll have to be there. It'll be cool. It's a really cool venue too.
Awesome. I think that's gonna be good. Good seminar series there. And then you guys we'll give you the code right there at 12:30 when you leave. So you guys will get it a little early. And then 2:30 is when you can get on the water. You can see here on your detailed itinerary that hourly 2:30 on Friday is that your launching, paddling, pedaling, motoring, is allowed. Make sure to check in on TourneyX app. It's really easy. Just when you pull up that app, click check in. If you haven't downloaded it, go download TourneyX Tourney X is the name of the app. It's super easy, very easy to use if you've never used it. And 3 p.m. is when lines are in, 3 p.m. on Friday for your afternoon session. Lines out at 7 p.m., but you have until 8:30, an hour and a half, because there's some pretty bad signal out there in the Ozarks, we've noticed. But certainly you can get back to your vehicle, load up your kayak, and drive somewhere with better signal. And, you know, you got an hour and a half to submit your fish photos for day one. This is new. This is new. I'll stop sharing the screen too so I can like say this and focus. This is new. You are allowed to, let's say Saturday comes around and you realize you got a better picture, or you were, you know, of a fish that was submitted on Friday, like it was deducted a half an inch for a cracked mouth that was open, or whatever reason, it was totally disqualified because your identifier wasn't in it, but you have other photos that are, the identifier is in it. We can take that photo still on Saturday because this is just a 5 fish total tournament between Friday and Saturday. So we can't take a new fish from Friday. We can't take a new fish, but you can resubmit a photo of a fish that you've already submitted for Friday, a better photo that fixes it and gives you a little better score, let's say. So that's pretty cool. What is next here on the list? Let's see. The closing ceremonies, again, it's kind of easy here, guys. The same thing, back to halfies. We've showed you where to park. It's going to be 3 to 5:30. 3 to 5:30. We will have all that stuff inside. It'll be fun. We've talked about it. The raffle tickets we've talked about. 6 to 7:15-ish at the Rogers. Hopefully it takes an hour and 15 minutes to pull off these awards here, 6 to 7:15. And the very last thing we'll do is raffle off that Old Town kayak for pediatric cancer. We'll also announce potentially a new tournament stop for 2025, which is pretty cool to announce a new stop for 2025. And then the after party will be back at Halfies if you need to eat. But essentially, we're eventually going to go back over to Half Whiskey. So if you need to eat, go back to Halfies, get food, sure. But eventually we'll work our way over to Half Whiskey for some drinks and good time over there as late as you guys want to hang out. So that'll be a really fun time there. And then, guys, that's it. I mean, Sunday is recovery. Just do whatever you want, man. Drive back if you got to drive back. Keep fishing if you're having fun fishing here. But this will be a long 9.5 hour day on Saturday, I'll say. So we figured it out between the half day on Friday and the 9.5 hour day on Saturday, which we'll pull up here, pull the screen up again, because we want to make sure we get those times for you guys for Saturday. It's 9.5 hours because 5:30 a.m. is lines in. It gets light really early in the middle of the summer. So 5:30 is lines in and lines out is at 3 p.m. So, you got a long day. So it's only 2.5 hours less than 2 8-hour fishing days. So it's a lot of time. I think people can definitely hit a pretty high total here, getting all the extra time you guys have. So plenty of time to, if you don't do well on Friday, don't sweat. It's a 5 fish tournament. Like, you can easily win the whole thing on Saturday, or cull out all your small fish that you caught on Friday on Saturday. And if you don't do good on Friday, just remember the Day 2 Dark Horse Award. That one that's up here. You see the Day 2 Dark Horse here is the person who jumps the most places from day 1 to day 2. So you're going to win a nice subscription box from Dark Horse Tackle. I think it's like a 6-month or a year-long subscription. It's a pretty sweet prize there. Let's see. The photos will be due at 4:15 and these are all local times. Don't forget, they're all Central Time. So 4:15 for your fish submission photos on Saturday. So let's see. Anything else here? No, I had something else. And by the way, your photo timestamp is 3 p.m. and 59 seconds, not 2:59 and 59 seconds. You can, still counts if you submit it. Get the photo at 3 p.m. and 59 seconds. So you still got that extra 59 seconds before it turns 3:01. All right, measuring and scoring the fish. We'll pull up the rules about this one real quick. This is kind of an important thing here that people make mistakes on. read over all these rules, but let's scroll down to the scoring. Where is that? Here it is. So does that picture come up? Does that picture come up, Jake? It does? All right, cool. So basically, this is the way that your fish need to look on the board. You can pinch the tails in our series. Your identifier is right there. See, that's mine with my name on it there from some event I was fishing. And
I would just point out you cannot do that in Moyak. So if you're doing double series, make sure that you are paying attention to that when you submit. Just take 2 photos, one without the tail pinched and one with pinched. So just as a heads up, if you're fishing both series.
Right. And there may, I don't know this for a fact, but either Eco Fishing Shop or Midwest Kayak Company may have some catch boards. I don't know. They may bring some to sell. So we'll see. Midwest Kayak might have some if Eco doesn't.
I know Eco is not bringing any unless you tell us like in the next 12 hours, you know, like they could need a catch board and they could probably bring one.
Yeah. All right. And then let's see. So basically, guys, they face to the left. You know, belly is facing towards the angler. Their mouth is shoved, I mean, hard against the board. I mean, hard. That mouth has to be totally closed. I mean, totally. Somebody is going to get deducted, and I'm going to like go back and literally clip this video right here and show them. Remember when I literally zoomed in and showed that it's got to be jammed against that board. If it's cracked at all, you may get a deduction. So never leave it in the judge's hands. Shove it against the board and get a safety, what I would call a quote-unquote safety photo first. Then start working the tail and do whatever you can to see if you can get it to touch. Like I got this fish to touch 16.5 by pinching it and whatnot. So make sure you get that fish hard against the board. The fish's hand cannot be, over. Let's see. So it did pull up that photo, right, of that fish, you said? Was it showing the picture of the fish the whole time? I can't see the screen. Like you guys see the picture of that fish? It's on right now. Is it on your screen or no?
No, so it's opening it in a new tab.
That's what I was saying. I was asking.
Yeah,
all right.
you got to change your tab here.
Let me do that real quick. Stop sharing this, and I will do what's called share my entire screen. Okay, you guys thought I was like, what is he talking about? We don't see anything. Share my entire screen here. How about that? It'll look like Inception for a second, but we'll get through it. All right, so this is what my screen looks like right now. Go to the rules page. This is the example I'm talking about. You can zoom right in and see how that mouth is closed. It's shoved up against the board. It's got to be jammed against there. And this one here is 16.5 inches. I got it to touch. You can pinch. So that is critical stuff here. That's the same fish. Let's go to an example of a slightly cracked open mouth. So this would be a fish that would get deducted. So you might look like, oh, what's wrong with that fish if you've never fished these events before? But yeah, you see how that mouth is cracked, and it's, don't leave it in the judge's hands is all I'm saying. Don't let it be cracked like that. Shove it against the board. This is kind of an egregious example here. So obviously that's like not even close to being, legitimate without getting a major penalty. It's wide open. So as you can see, it's a little tricky, but if you never fish these events, you'll get the hang of it. Then you could go to, this is the same fish with the mouth fully closed. See, that's what the mouth closed looks like. So you can tell the difference very easily, guys. The other thing that you can't do is put, I don't know if we have any pictures of this, but you cannot, I don't think we do, but you cannot put your, let me stop sharing the screen here. Actually, let me go back to the rules because we don't want to keep looking at them. But you cannot put your hand under the gill. That's no good. Or over, like kind of under the gill or over the eye. So that's a thing that people kind of mess up on a lot too. So anyway, let's see. The 5 longest bass between the 2 days. If you're on a team, you're not required to fish together. You could be in total different bodies of water. That's fine. Let's see. And the same fish cannot be scored on your stringer each day. So if you happen to catch the same fish again, sorry, it's just, unfortunate. But the micro bag, one finger is, like we showed, that's okay. One finger is good to go. But
I do have a video. Do we want to watch it?
sure, man.
Let's go.
That's no good. That's
So
the
you can
deduction
imagine
right there, the whole
how
hand.
small 5 is, but I'm gonna show you how to measure a micro bass here. Get them on the board, mouth closed, same as normal. Put them in dead center where their tail ends up on the inches. One finger on them at max.
Or none.
Or none. Right now this one's being calm, so or none. They will eventually calm down like this one has. And that's it. I mean, snap your photo, guys. And hopefully get 25 inches.
Z-Man micro finesse.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good shot.
There we go. So micro bagging, that's a lot of fun. So that's the other thing to actually mention is the team division and the micro bag. You guys can still enter this stuff now. So if you're only entered in one of these divisions, I promise you, like, it's $25 more for the micro bag. And we've had anglers win. Everyone's always won. It's a winner take all. So it's like a couple. It's usually like $250. You know, if I forget how many people we had at Shoalipalooza or Whitehall, but it was in the teens or 13, 16, something like that, maybe up to 20. But it's a good way to hedge. Like, in other words, if you're a little uncertain about your bite or what's going on, you can, and you can still wait to enter this stuff up until, Thursday, at the opening ceremonies, either a team, your 2-man team. Maybe you meet somebody at the opening ceremonies and you say, hey, we should, dude, it's $75 a piece. Let's just do the team too. Might as well. Or let's just get on the micro bag. You can still enter that stuff up until that Thursday opening ceremonies. And it's a good way to hedge, because if you're not having a great day, instead of just trunk slamming and driving and leaving and not, enjoying the rest of this whole experience, you can say, you know what, I got this micro rod here with some small baits. Let me go try to win that winner take all and win like $250 or $200 or whatever it ends up being, and catch, 38 inches or 35 inches or 41, whatever it wins it. So yeah, it's a lot
We
of
need
fun.
to have something for the first person to get 25 inches. The holy grail. Like, not like a century belt, maybe like a tiny ring or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the micro belt buckle or something, the little teeny one. But it's a ton of fun. I mean, micro bagging is so much fun. You can see them coming out. You're getting lots of bites, so it's fun. You're getting lots of action. You're fishing water that, maybe there's smaller little side channels or places, small creeks or places. Look at that. The other people are not, fishing, and you're just constantly catching fish. So it's fun. And when you get a 5 or somewhere like 6, anywhere like I'd say 6.5, 7 and under, they're hard to catch, man. And it's hard to keep them on.
I lost all my like 6 to 5 inch bass today. They just wouldn't stay on. It was crazy. It was like they're escape artists. It's challenging.
It is. It's very, very fun. It really is, man. Surprisingly very fun and challenging as well. So we'll see who wins that. You get trophies for that category too. You come on stage, so it's gonna be fun. You got to measure it on or in your kayak, so that fish has to be measured on or in your kayak. You can get out to help it make it easier. I would suggest getting out, even if you want. Beat your kayak, do whatever you got to do, but score them in that kayak. And you can turn that board long ways on your kayak if you want to. That's fine. Let's see. Nothing in its mouth. You can't have the lure in its mouth or anything like tethered to its mouth. Make sure photos are clear, no water spots, and add a nice overhead angle, not some low angle or weird left or right angle. Get it straight over that fish. And then make sure your board is clean and the lines are clear and clean. And that your fish is touching that line. Otherwise, keep taking photos until you get it touching and you got it. You get your identifier card and code has to be fully visible and legible. And if your fish looks like it's like has a glossy eye or looks rough, take a video of you releasing that fish, just in case we need to, ask for that video. Because obviously, that'd be one way that someone would attempt at least to cheat. If the fish are, in a basket or something, you can tell. It's obvious. It's not like we can't tell. So we need a video of those fish being released, showing that they were alive. If they look beat up, and rough. And if you can't produce that fish may be DQ'd. So again, don't leave it up to the judge. All right. If for some reason you lose your ID, you need to call Amanda, 843-709-4176. We may have a banner on that. A ticker on the bottom we could play. But don't know where it is, but I'll say it again. And it's on the website, 843-709-4176. So you could always, we may have some backup identifier cards, or you could print extras off. If you do need to replace a Friday fish, like make a new submission for a Friday fish that was disqualified, text that photo to Amanda at the same number. Text it to her. Don't do anything on TourneyX. Again, TourneyX is super easy to use. You just simply click on Submit Catch. And then from there, you put in the inches and hit Submit. And browse your, get the photo, browse your phone for your photo in your gallery, and then hit Submit when it's in there, and it's easy. If you want to click on Manage Catch in your TourneyX app to see which fish you have in there, it helps you understand what you have. That's helpful. And you can also click on the standings to see the live standings, where you stand and where everyone else is at. And again, check in every day and check out. That's super helpful, so we can kind of keep an eye on people and make sure you guys are safe out there. And the waiver, people have asked about the waiver. The waiver is done when you register through TourneyX with the checkbox. When you say you agree to all the terms and conditions and all that, you're agreeing to the waiver in that. So there's nothing you need to do in terms of a waiver. Double check that, make sure that TourneyX app is updated. And a few safety things: wear your life jacket. That's in the rules, but want to reiterate that, especially if you're on high water. Like I said, the current river may still be high, and a lot of these rivers, some of them have some nice swift sections and volume. So be safe, guys. That's the most important thing. We're safe out there. Make sure your motorized kayaks are registered and legal. We're a one motor per kayak series, so one motor only in this one. And I believe Moyak, Josh said they were going to, aren't they two motors there? Moyak,
yeah, I mean, he basically said if you're going to fish both, like, you got to just use your one motor. I don't think many people do the dual motors really, but just be aware if you're in both, like, one motor. So
we'll rip through the rest of this. You can talk with other anglers on the water, but not people, the public. Once tournament starts, you can't ask a guy in a bass boat, what are you catching them on, or what do you think I should do? That is not allowed. You can talk to other anglers in the tournament. That's what I mean by other anglers in this tournament. And which is cool, because if you're on a team, that's another advantage, guys. A reason to maybe consider, registering it as a team if you know somebody else who's already in the event that's only fishing the individual division, because you get a little bit, I think, of an advantage in a team, because if you're floating next to each other, fishing in lake, river, wherever, you can work together. You can't phone call, but you can talk to each other, and that could potentially help you guys out. You might help your partner jump you in the individual standings, because if you give them a tip and all of a sudden they catch a 20, they might jump you, but that's only one spot that could possibly jump you, and you're essentially get the greater good for the team, and is going to, I think, be worth it. So that's a cool little thing about the team division. Any questions, guys, just ask us. That's what we're here for. Any questions, just ask us. If anything is questionable about if an area of water you think it may, I'm not sure if it's legal or not. It's laid out pretty well on the website, but if you're not sure, then definitely just ask us. We'll put.
Yeah, can you throw it in there since you've got it? Just throw it in chat. It'd be easier than.
In the comments. I'll put it in the comments here. Amanda's number is 843-709-4176. Amanda Brannon. Okay, yes, TD. There you go. It's going on all of the comments. So, what's up, Dwayne? Dwayne Wally in the house here. Look at that. Let's see. We will have some new shirts. Yes, I see you posted that. We all have some new shirts to sell and some hats. They're pretty cool. Look like this. So, always love it when you guys support what we're doing. So it allows us to keep doing this and grow it. So, appreciate that.
So someone did ask if they might need a catch board. If that's the case, you probably should contact Eco, and perhaps they can send one down with them. There's nowhere in town to buy one. So that's your best course of action there. Just have someone from Eco bring one down when they come. So
yeah. If anyone from Eco is still there,
I don't have my extra with me. I usually do, but I didn't grab the metal one, so
I would bring some if but maybe James from Midwest has some. But either way, I may have an extra one you could borrow. I've got at least one. So
No,
Maybe someone can
James
borrow
said
them,
he doesn't have any. So best course of action there is to call Eco about it.
okay, cool. So you can certainly, guys, still, if you are a Kayak Adventure Series angler and you're not local to this area, you can still double dip by fishing the Moyak event too. So go check that out. It's on the website, how to enter. Camo also has that 2-day July event. You could even double dip with that.
I think the
Or maybe
deadline for
the
that was
registration's
the
done.
7th.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
you
That was
can't
the
do that
7th,
one
yeah.
unless you've already registered.
That's right. That one's done. But you can still enter the Moyak thing, and that's pretty cool. They're a joint event. We appreciate Moyak and Josh and everybody over there for teaming up with us and making this a cool special event here. Let's see. I'm reading this stuff here. What else we got? Don't forget, it's a 10-inch minimum for the individual division, guys. It's not 12. It's 10 inches. So take pictures of any fish that's over 10. Anything under 10 is the microbag division. So 9.75 and under would be microbag fish. I believe the latest Tourney X update, I haven't done this yet, but I believe you could submit fish in multiple like tournaments at a time, basically divisions. We'll see. I think in other words, I think you can submit a fish into the team division and the individual division at the same time, based on just clicking a checkbox.
Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. Because we did it in the team series for the Moyak River series. So
cool. All right, guys. I don't know how many people we're up to now, but I think we'll probably have like 70 unique people ish, like between the team division, the individual, and the micro bag, because some people are in some divisions and not in the others. So
in the micro bag only. So props to them, guys.
Oh, that's gonna go up for sure. We're gonna get that into at least 10 or more.
I'm really thinking about doing it. I got to do something on Saturday, and I've got all these baits now. So
yeah, you should, man. You should go give it a shot, because not many people, may do it. So even if they're registered, they might be hedging, but if someone's actually focused on it, I think could definitely win it. But somebody out there one of these days is gonna smash 95 inches and then realize they got 4 hours left, and just be like, man, I don't know if I can even get any more, or whatever. And they might go try to catch the 5 smallest and win the triple crown, possibly the team division, the individual, and the micro bag. We've always said that's like the triple crown. If somebody can do that, is that good? That would be.
What about the Grand Slam when you're also the day 2 dark horse?
That's true. Yeah. Also the day 2 dark horse. You could win everything. The Grand Slam. Guys, follow us on social media. If you're not already, we appreciate that. Kayak Adventure Series. And I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. We'll see you guys at the opening ceremonies. Is there any other questions? Put them in the chat right now before we. The micro bag, Trey's asking, we'll have a separate link for submission. It's a separate tournament you got to register for. So it has its separate leaderboard and everything. So yes, you will have a separate link for submission on those fish. Let's see. I think that's it. You got anything else, Jake, you can think of?
No. I mean, just stay safe. We looked at a lot of water today, and there was only maybe one spot where I was like, So just stay safe.
Yeah.
I want to. You should always pick your safety over catching 5 fish. And I'm not anticipating the water to be crazy anywhere, but come Friday, Saturday. But I still always recommend, fish within your comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure. There's a set of buoy markers. Did you see Josh Booth's comment?
Yeah, so the buoy markers, I can actually weigh in on that because I was around when that happened. There's a buoy markers in front of the dam right there at the end where you cannot go past that and fish. Like you straight up can't go in there. The question about like casting across is like, I almost feel like that's the question we'll have to ask like Wapapello people, right? We could maybe ask the Corps of Engineers if you can even do that, because it was my understanding that you just can't go in there because they don't want you going into they don't want you getting sucked into that, they don't want people up against the dam. And pretty much every Corps of Engineer lake seems to have those. So I don't know. I don't know what you think, Drew, but
The answer to that is simply if it's legal to do it, then you can do it. You need to figure that out. That's on the angler. You need to figure that out. And if it's not and you do it, then you're disqualified, all your fish. So,
and I did answer the identifier code thing. Like it goes up on Tourney X, just like everything else. We got a notification saying like, here's your day 1 identifier code. Same on day 2.
So you go to,
like it'll be an alert if you've got push notifications on Tourney X, which I highly recommend. That's the one I never use push notifications for anything but Tourney X. So
it's not going to show up. It's pretty bright, but yeah, on Tourney X you can click right there in the top. Man, it just stinks it. That's like
so. James said that you can't cast past the buoys. So
identifier.
I mean, I would make sure that if you're gonna walk that tightrope, and I know why some people want to do it. I'm not gonna say why, but like, it's if you get in trouble, like you get disqualified. So I wouldn't risk it, but do your research. If you're wanting to go cast past the buoys, you should probably go talk to the Corps of Engineers on if it's legal.
Yeah, I mean, Stillwater's Fishing saying that you can't. Is that like from James? You have that from the authorities, or I assume you do.
I mean, I in my experience, I think like I've never seen boats get up against it, so like most of them steer clear of it, but like they fish around it, right? So
yeah, that's what the boat guys say. He's saying so. I would just talk to the correct people at the dam. And
I do have one thing. So I want to point out that the 3 marinas on Clearwater have a strict no fishing policy. I don't personally agree with it. However, it is enforced by the Missouri Department of Conservation that the 3 marinas on Clearwater, you cannot get within 50 feet and fish. So just keep that in mind. I mean, 50 feet isn't really as far as you think. You can still fish around them, but just don't get right up against them and you probably won't have any problems. But if you get busted doing that, that's breaking the rules, which is a DQ in probably every series you'll ever fish. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to flag that because I was really surprised to see that myself. So
sounds good. And we also put the identifier code, by the way, always on the Instagram. We always post it on in Facebook. So you can get it in multiple places. So all right, guys. I don't know if that's I think that's it.
That's all from me.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at opening ceremonies, and then we will get this thing going. Ozarkana is going to be fun. Just continue to talk it up. You can register all the way up until the event. So tell your friends about it. Let's get it as big as possible, make it the biggest party, and see how much fun we can have out there on these waters. All right, guys. Later. Jake, you good? We'll end this bad boy. See ya.